Happy morning to the teachers, parents, and my fellow students. I am Prithiv from Ed-trix. I welcome everyone to this webinar where we are going to have a detailed presentation about career in law. The topic that we are going to discuss today in the webinar are qualities required to become a lawyer, how to become a lawyer, different routes that we can take to become a lawyer, top universities and their entrance exams and their pattern, syllabus on the higher level, we could say that. So, how these entrances exams are conducted and their exam pattern, who are lawyers and who are advocates, how to become an advocate, what are the popular specializations available if you want to pursue the masters in this field, scope of the lawyers in India, and finally, we'll be discussing the pros and cons of the careers in law. So let me put you through a presentation, and I would like to name this presentation as very simple to be yes. So yeah, to start with, let's say what it takes to pursue law as a career. So this is the topic that my whole presentation and this whole webinar is going to be revolving around. What it revolves around to pursue a law as a career. So yeah. So if you're someone who wants to serve the people by fighting their justice, someone who believes that truth shall always prevail and who wants to protect the interest of the people, so these two are the main things which I would say if you have it, I think a career in law must be the answer. So let me take you to the first topic, such as qualities required. So good communication skills, strong logical and analytical skills, and eye for detailing, confidence, research skills, judgment. These are the top qualities which is required to become a, a law profession. These are when we look at the opportunity side, which is available in abundant for practicing in court, working in a corporate firms, government departments, ministries, becoming a judge, a public prosecutor, and so on. Let me give you an insight into how our journey is going to be when you going to choose a career in law. So yeah, so how to become a lawyer? The first topic we're gonna get along, like how do I become a lawyer? Even though I wanna have what are the steps to take? So let's see, the first thing comes to our head is higher secondary education. Am I in the right stream? uh, I study science, and will I be able to pursue my career as a lawyer? I would like to enlighten the thought. There is no specific stream required to pursue a degree in law, and students from all streams can go for this course. Generally, the students who wants to pursue law after their 12th take up humanities or commerce streams. Some of the popular subjects for the students aspiring for a law are political science, legal studies, economics, history, and psychology. These subjects are recommended because they help form a base of a subject taught in the law school, and some of these are beneficial in providing an insight to school students about the law and legal system of a country. So let's move on. So what is the second step? Yes, so there is no streams particular if you want to pursue a career in law. So what are the other things needed? So yes, it's straightforward, pursuing a bachelor degree in law. So which is the right next step if you want to take up the law as a career. You can pursue right after the 12th or after graduation. So which I would like to put it in a way there are two routes to pursue this career. So first one be pursuing law after right after 12th standard, which is going to be 5 years LLB program, and route 2 pursuing law after graduation, which is going to be a 3 years LLB program. We're going to see in detail what are these things and which is suitable for whom. and which we recommend as in a faculty. So let's take it forward. We're pursuing a law after 12th, so which is a 5-year LLB program. If you determine to pursue a career in law, you should enroll yourself into a 5-year integrated program. The 5-year LLB degrees teaches you basic graduation subjects doing with subjects of law, most with the common courses combinations offered being BA LLB Hons, BSc LLB Hons, BBA LLB Hons, BCom LLB Hons. The benefits of the 5 years course are that you get an exposure to law subjects early on alongside your graduation, giving you a greater insight into the core subject of law, and you also save a year of studies as compared to law after graduation. So let's go to next step and see what are the top institutes available for this particular course. So yeah, these are the top national level institutes which are available for the 5-year LLB programs. National Law School of India University Bangalore, Nalsar University of Law Hyderabad, West Bengal National University of Juridical Science Kolkata, National Law University New Delhi, National Law University Jodhpur, National Law University Bhopal, Gujarat National Law University Gandhinagar, Jindal Global National School Sonipat, and Symbiosis Law School Pune. These are the top 5 that we would like to recommend if you're gonna take in a career in law. So we have seen these top institutions. What are the steps? How we could actually get into it? What are the portals? Do we have to write an exam, or like even a 12 marks is enough? Or like what are the process that we have to do? We're going to see that next. So key entrance exams for 5 years LLB program. The top institutes in law accept admissions in their 5 years integrated program based on the scores of entrance exam. Different law institutes accepts scores from different entrances. Some of the top undergrad examinations are as follows: CLAT, Common Law Entrance Test; AILET, All India Law Entrance Test; LSAT, Law School Admission Test; and SET, Symbiosis Entrance Test. These are the top 4 entrance tests that is available for a 5-year LLB program. And we'll see in depth what are these exams, what are the subjects, and yes, first, Common Law Entrance Test. Common Law Admission Test, CLAT, which is held for 2 hours, standardized test for admission of 21 prominent national law universities in India. It covers objective types questions related to elementary mathematics, English and comprehension, general knowledge, current affairs, legal aptitude, and logical reasoning. It is a objective type of examination, and the examination conducted offline. This exam used to be conducted online, but right now it is conducted as an offline exam. So total question is going to be 150, and the minutes you're going to spend writing it is going to be 120, which is 2 hours of examination. So next we're going to see law admission test. So law admission test is conducted by National Law University Delhi for providing admission to its integrated BA LLB Hons and included sections like English, general knowledge, legal aptitude, reasoning, and numerical ability. So this exam is also offline, and the nature of the exam is objective type. The total number of questions is 150, and the duration is 2 hours of examination. Next comes the LSAT. So LSAT is very popular all around, internationally. So in India, LSAT India is formed after the world-renowned LSAT. So LSAT India is conducted every year, unlike LSAT, which is held 4 times a year. It is a standardized test with a duration of 2 hours 55 minutes, designed to assess your reading comprehension, logical and analytical reasoning proficiencies. These test scores are accepted by Jindal Global Law School Alliance Schools of Law, Faculty of Law, SRM University, Rajiv Gandhi School of Intellectual Property Law, and amongst others. So this exam doesn't have a negative marking. So whereas CLAT and All India Law Entrance Test comes with a negative marking for wrong answers. So this is an overview of LSAT. So let's move on. Symbiosis entrance test. Symbiosis entrance test is like conducted by Symbiosis International University to admission into their undergrad programs. It consists of sections like logical reasoning, legal reasoning, analytical reasoning, reading comprehension, and general knowledge. So this is also an objective type, and the exam duration is going to be 2 hours 30 minutes. So let's say, like, apart from other exams, this exam is an online exam. You can attend from any region globally. So yeah, pretty straightforward, isn't it? So next we're going to see a second route, which I actually mentioned, to pursue law after graduation. There are times when students do graduation in some other subjects but realize later they want to take up law as a career. In such cases, you can still go on to pursue a degree in law through a 3 years LLB course right after your graduation. The only difference between 3 years LLB and 5 years LLB program is that in the former you only study the core law subjects, but while in the latter also study the basic subjects of graduation along with the other core subjects. So let's say you are doing a BSc for 3 years and then doing a separate LLB course will cost you overall 6 years of the whole program. So if you want to pursue your law career, we would be recommending a 5-year integrated programs. Or let's say you are studying engineering, which is going to be 4 years of course. So and then you plan to go on move on to LLB course. So it's going to be 4 plus 3. It's going to be total 7 years. So integrated course helps you in saving time, and it's a clear-cut idea of, like, from the basic, from the entry level you'll be learning law, exposed to the law in different aspects, and in an advanced level when you complete it and you have a clear idea of what you're going to do, and it saves 1 year of time. And let's see, the top institutes for 3-year LLB program are Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, New Delhi; Jindal Global Law School, OP Jindal Global University, Sonipat; Faculty of Law, Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi; Government Law College, Mumbai; ILS Law College, Pune. So what are the entrance exam for these institutions? So let's see that. So the entrance exam that you need to give to secure your admission in this 3-year LLB course are DU LLB. This exam is conducted by Faculty of Law, Delhi University. It consists of sections like English language and comprehension, current affairs, general knowledge, quantitative aptitude, analytical and logical reasoning, and legal awareness and aptitude. So next comes the LSAT. So this test is accepted by Jindal Global Law School for the admission of a 3 years LLB program. It consists of sections like analytical reasoning, logical reasoning, and reading comprehension. This is accepted by law schools for admissions to their 5 years as well as 3 years program, just to be noted. So MH This exam is conducted by Law College of Maharashtra, including the well-renowned Government Law College. It tests the students on their legal aptitude, general knowledge and current affairs, English and logical, along with analytical reasoning. So next comes BHLLB. This is conducted by Banaras Hindu University for the admission to their 3 years LLB program. It contains sections like English comprehension, general awareness and current affairs, aptitude and mental ability, and common legal knowledge. So yeah, these are the exams available if you want to pursue 3 years of LLB or 5 years of LLB, which we saw, and the detailed examination process, how it's going to be done. And yeah, now it's time to see like who are lawyers, who are advocates. We are quite familiar with these two terms somewhere around media or in the movies or in news or some. We always heard this lawyer and advocates. Are they same? Are they different? So, so let's see. So let's put in a way like lawyer versus advocates. Okay, what are the difference between them? Who are they? So that is a saying: all advocates are lawyers, but not all lawyers are advocates. So yes. So to explain this statement, let me put it in a distinguishing manner. So advocates and lawyers. Okay. An advocate is a person who fights case in the court and is registered with the Bar Council of India. Okay. And lawyers is someone who produces legal advice to businesses, firms, companies, or individuals, but cannot represent the cases in court. Lawyers are graduated in LLB but not enrolled with the Bar Council of India. So these are the two difference of advocate and lawyers. So let's move on. So next exact question is that okay, a lawyer is someone who studies LLB. So regardless it's going to be a 3 years or 5 years course. So how to become an advocate? So let me walk you through the process. If you wish to practice in court, you have to follow these steps. First one, secure a graduate degree in law. You must have a graduated with either a 5 year integrated degree or 3 years LLB degree to be eligible for becoming an advocate in India. Step 2, gain practical work experience through internship. Every law graduate is required to have done an internship under a senior advocate or a law firm as prescribed by the specific institutions from where they are pursuing the graduation. Generally, the duration of the internship is a minimum of 1 month, and you can intern even during your graduation or after completing it too. An individual can also do 2 to 3 internship under different advocates or firms in order to gain a diverse knowledge in subjects. So yeah, so this is step 2, and finally step 3, enroll with the state bar council. So the next step is to enroll yourself with the state bar council and clear the all India bar examination conducted by the Bar Council of India. Once the exam is cleared, you get a certificate of practice through which you are eligible to practice law in court. So this is a way to become an advocate. So let's say like what are specialization available, and let's see the most famous ones. In case you are thinking of going into research and publication or education sector, a specialization would help you enhance your knowledge. To specialize a particular field of law, you need to pursue a master degree in law, which is LLM. Some of the common specialization that law opt for are civil law. It is also known as a common law, which is entitled to every person. It deals with disputes between individuals in areas like violation of rights, breach of contracts among parties, property, and family law. So, yes, family law comes under civil law, but family law has a separate court to deal with that case. Next comes the criminal law. Yes, the most infamous. The movies, the serials, wherever we go, we are familiar with this term criminal law. So, criminal law relates to the cases regarding criminal offense. That's very straightforward. A criminal lawyer researches in detail the background of the cases and also need to interact with the client, police, and witnesses to collect the actual facts, evidence in order to defend their clients. So next comes the tax law. This field deals with the study of various tax policies of a nation and focuses mainly on the different types of taxes, such as income tax, real tax, estate tax, franchisee problems of inheritance, so etc. So the tax law goes on and on, the topic and the in-depth. So let's move on to the next one. Next comes the intellectual property law. An intellectual property lawyer counsels their client on a protection of their intangible properties like inventions, literary and artworks, symbols, names, images, and design used in a business and etc. To put it forward, you always would have found a TM or a registered symbol right beside a logo. So that means they have been registered, and it can be a trademark, copyrights, and there are like other types of intellectual property registration also, so that you won't others won't be able to copy your work. So let's say the digital world is wild now. It's very huge, and people can use one's creation and make it their own, which is a case which can be filed through the intellectual property law. So by registering your own product will help you to keep that invention under your name, and you could avoid it from being stolen or used without the creator's rights. So then comes the corporate law. Corporate law is a very huge field, as the corporates in India are growing very wild, and the job opportunities are abundant in this particular stream. So corporate law essentially involves studying acts and law that applies to a company. Corporate lawyers advises companies on their legal rights, obligations, and privileges, and also deals with employment law issues, contracts dispute, the protection, the intellectual property rights of the company, etc. So whatever case which revolves around a corporate, these lawyers comes into play, to be simple. And then comes the environmental law. So yes, it's pretty straightforward. These fields focus on law that helps to protect the environment by regulating the impact of human activities on the environment, related to land, air, water, conservation of wild, so etc. There are also other types of lawyers who work on labor law, international law. So the fields are vast, but I just took 6 specialized fields which is very popular, and to give an insight about these specializations. So it is seen the specialization. Let's see what are top colleges available for LLM in India. National Law School of India, University, Bangalore. Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, New Delhi. Nalsar University of Law, Hyderabad. West Bengal, University of Juridical Science, Kolkata. National Law Institute, University, Bhopal. So we have seen the LLB and LLM colleges, top institutes in India, and the examination which we have to take into get into this top level institutes. Let's think about what are the scopes available. So as a lawyer, it's not just you are bound to only going to the court and producing a law. There are n number of opportunities available. Let me put you through this slide. Some of you might think that securing law degree, the next step would be practicing court, but that's not the case anymore. There are other opportunities in law that you can undertake in addition to becoming an advocate. So that's what we're going to see now. First, corporate counsel. A lawyer can provide in-house legal counsel to their corporate clients relating to their business materials. The basic work of corporate lawyer is to draft and negotiate contracts, handle the legal disputes, and ensure that everything is within the prescribed rules and regulation of the company and the government. Law firms. Law firms are well organized firms comprised of several lawyers or advocates working together as one entity. These firms provide legal advisors to their clients and provide them with all possible actions and could prevent any penalty implied on them. Some of the top law firms in India are Trilegal India, Kaitan and Co., Anand and Anand, Phoenix Legal, AEZB and Partners. AEZB and Partners are renowned to be one of the most, like maybe top notch number one national wide. So yeah. So moving on to litigation. The litigation lawyers are an advocate represent his or her client's case in the court. In order to practice in court, you need to enroll yourself in the state bar council and clear the all India bar examination. So yeah. And next comes the social work. Many law graduate joins NGOs to work for social causes such as environmental protection, gender concern, caste discrimination, working conditions of labors, etc. You can even work with international organizations such as UN or with the international tribunals like International Court of Justice, International Criminal Court, International Labor Organization, etc. So next comes the legal publishing and media. Yes, many well-known, renowned lawyers also work as an editor for print media like newspaper, journals, and electronic medias like news channels, where they put up their writing skills to use and pass on their legal knowledge to the public. So, legal journalism involves reporting on legal proceedings held in court to the public. So, next comes the Indian Legal Service. Law graduates who have cleared the Union Public Service Commission, which is also known as UPSC, and State Public Service Commission SPSC examination, can provide legal services in the Department of Legal Affairs, Legislative Council in the Legislative Department, or Department of Justice of the Indian government. Next comes the professor. Yes, after gaining some experience as an advocate or any other field of law, you can teach at law school and make your career in a teaching sector, as you would have both theoretical and practical knowledge of this sphere. And finally, we come to the pros and cons of being a lawyer. So, yes, being a lawyer or pursuing a career in law has its own pros and cons, just like every other fields. So, let's start from the pros. Helping people. Yes, this profession provides an opportunity for those who wants to fight for the people and help them in seeking justice for any wrongful act done to them. So it gives a feel of satisfaction of helping people and making them lives better. Yes, if you are up for that, this field is right one for you. So next comes the intellectual challenges, not only for an advocate but also for a legal counsel also. So law is an mentally stimulating profession. Lawyers need to carry out extensive research for each case to find out all possible information, as a small detail can change the direction of the whole case. So yes, so intellectual challenges, if you love to challenge yourself intellectually and you want to love to research skill, yes, this would be the best option, I could say. And there is wide option of career opportunities. As already mentioned above, you get a wide range of career options to choose from, right? So you can get into consultancy services, start your own law firm, become an advocate, or even become a law professor, and etc. Yes, the options are abundant, like I said from the whole webinar thing. So yes, like every other profession, law has its own cons. And yes, let's see one by them. High stress. This profession comes with quite stressful when you have to have pending cases and short deadlines, and you have to finish and submit to the court, and you have your pressure kind in this job. And yes, it is pretty high. So next comes dealing with a lot of information. Each case requires thorough research and due diligence, which also amounts to a lot of information that you need to deal with on a daily basis. In addition to long working average hours, you will be spending a lot of hours doing your research and coordinating the work and research materials. It can be a long day if it's gonna be a serious case. So next comes the rising competition. Yes, as the number of law schools is increasing, the number of law graduates is also on the rise. This has led to an increase in a competition, and you need to prove your worth to be called the best. So yes, so competition is everywhere. So you proving it and being on top of everyone matters for you to be successful in your career. So yes, after going through this webinar, I'm sure you'll have a good idea about what is law and what it demands. I request the students to take a deep dive into the career path which you want to get in. I'm not talking about just law, any field you want to get in and make a career in that field. Start your research now. Get to know the best out of the careers and their stories, how they got into this field and flourished in this field. So get to know the different opportunities available out there so that you could be clear about which is suitable for you. This will be helpful to prepare yourself for that career path, to learn the required skill set that set you one step higher than your peers. So yeah, I thank Velamal Group of Schools for providing me with this opportunity to talk about the careers in law, and I also thank the parents and students who took part in these webinar sessions.